There's a distinct possibility that I might sneeze. There's a very good possibility that I might sneeze. First, I'm going to put my shoes on. Hey, Jessica. Good morning, my friend. Thanks for being here. It's much appreciated. Shoes.
This is Wix Studio, built.
Already getting distracted. Hey, William. William, I saw that you mentioned surrender as the answer to um, Squirrel's riddle. Why was that hard to say? Squirrel's riddle. Shouldn't have been that hard, but it was. Um, hey, Lee. Lee says, "Good morning, Yogi, sir." Hey, Lee. We had some singing done just for you last night. Abigail made it on. She sang so beautifully, and she said it. She dedicated it to you. She says, "This is for you, Lee." She's waiting for her poem, by the way. A promise is a promise. Anyway, it's funny that you said surrender because we talked last night on the live stream. Hey, Kat. We talked on the live stream last night about surrender. And I wrote about it this morning. It's sort of a misnomer. Did I say that right? Good morning, Anna. Good morning again, Yogi. Good morning, everyone. Kat says, "Good morning, friends." A riddle of squirrels sounds accurate. Like a riddle of squirrels. Like a riddle of Chris. I like that. Funny how we stumble upon some things sometimes. So let me put my shoes on, and then I'm going to read from my first little book, Does God Have a Hero? Meh, maybe he does. Maybe she does. Everyone has to decide for themselves and use the language that works for them. I always get someone who tells me, no, God does not have a hero, and how dare you even suggest such a thing. It's just language, guys. It's just a metaphor. It's a description of a description of a description. Don't take language so seriously. Imagine Semitics. How many wars have been fought over Semitic? You call God this, we call God that, and therefore we must destroy you. Is that the most ridiculous thing in the world? He says, "Jessica, how are you?" He says, "Sure, Yogi. I'm trying to find a suitable reading that will pay tribute to Abigail's sweet nature." That's awesome, Lee. I appreciate, you know what, Lee? I appreciate the thoughtfulness that you're putting behind that. That's absolutely awesome. All right, shoes are on. Mission accomplished. Hey, if that's the only thing that happens, the only thing that I actually accomplished through the course of the day, I'm one step ahead of the game. Hey, little Tico says I sub. I appreciate that. Jessica says, "I'm here." Okay, we'll do some breath work in a little bit. Hey, Josh, you ever ate duck sausage? No. I've eaten duck. I don't enjoy it. I like ducks. I like my ducks being ducks on a pond. In a pond. I guess technically on a pond is a better way of saying it, right? Ducks are on a pond. Josh says I'm playing. Have you ever had duck sausage? I've had goose. I don't enjoy it either. I didn't enjoy it either. It seemed kind of greasy, a little too fattening. You too, Josh. I appreciate the humor. Let's see. Gazelle says hi from Iran. Hi from the United States, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Chill Guy says hi. Hey, Chill Guy. All right. Continuing. You can't eat goose. No, goose isn't endangered and protected. They still have... Goose hunting season is big here on the Chesapeake Bay. I would never shoot a goose. I never shoot anything. Unless I absolutely had to. You know what I mean? I don't want to be an absolutist. I would never, never, never. I certainly would never want to starve, right? So if I had to eat a goose, I'd eat a goose. I don't imagine that scenario playing out. I hope not. I imagine there's a whole lot of other stuff to eat besides the goose. Chogat says, hello from Utah. Beautiful state. Got some friends that live in Utah. Jessica says they are protected in the United States. We got geese everywhere here. I pulled a glute muscle just a month or so ago because of a goose. We do have goose hunting season here in Maryland. We can't eat them. We can't eat geese. I've never heard of such a thing. Let's Google that real quick. I guess I could have went to my speak thing. All right, so hunting season exists for certain goose species, such as Canada geese, which we have all over. The seasons vary by location and require specific permits and licenses. For example, in Maryland, a Maryland Migratory Game Board stamp. Because, yeah, Maryland that should be a state bird, actually. Chesapeake Bay used to be a stopover, but now they don't even migrate. And then domestic geese raised for meat production are generally legal to consume. Oh well. I'm a vegan. Doesn't matter to me. It does matter to me. I'd rather people didn't eat geese, but we don't always get our. During hunting season, they are permitted to be hunted. Yes. All right. I don't want to get. You guys know how if I get on a topic, I will talk about a topic forever. The entire live stream will go on, and I'll still be talking about geese. And you guys know that. And I think you're doing it on purpose. You're like, I wonder if we can dedicate. I wonder if Yogi can dedicate an entire 30-minute live stream talking about nothing but geese. And yeah. Yeah, they farm geese. I wish they didn't. But again, hey, Lucy, but again, Anna says, how are you today, Yogi? Anna, I'm good. Thank you. Factorba says, Michigan as well. We have a season. Yeah, that's part of the migratory range as well. Hey, Sissy. I know turkeys seem obvious. A lot of people for Christmas, they'll have goose. I had it at Thanksgiving once at a girlfriend's house. Man, I did not enjoy it at all. But she was very pretty. Not the goose, my girlfriend. And I was in front of her family. So, I had to make a decision. Smile and fake it. Which I did. And I probably still would. Sissy's laughing. Why do you guys still have me talking about geese? I've been on this live stream now for 10 minutes, and I've yet to read from my book, which is the whole purpose. And Sissy's just urging me on, posting an icon of a goose. She knows that I'm going to talk about a goose icon. Why would they even have a goose icon? How often does that come up? How often does the need for a goose icon ever come up in a conversation online? This is a perfect opportunity for a goose icon. Let me use it. Jessica says, why is this conversation so funny? Because there's nothing funny about geese. I agree with you. Again, and Kat can vouch for me. I pulled a glute muscle, my left glute. I'm going to say running away, but I did run away in a very non-scared, non-threatened fashion, almost like a warrior. Sorry, I don't want Kat to think that I ran away from a goose. I don't want Kat to think, you know what? I really like Derek, but what if we're together and we're ever attacked by a goose? Is he going to run away and leave me to fend for myself in front of a charging wild goose? The answer is yes, Kat. Kat, you're on your own. If you and I are ever charged by a goose, you're on your own, Kat. I'm sorry. I would protect you against marauding invaders, packs of wolves, coyotes. I would protect you from a mountain lion, from a herd of stampeding buffalo. But you got a mama goose coming after me, protecting her goslings. Cat, you are on your own. Sorry. As a matter of fact, not only are you on your own, I'm using you as a human shield. The truth has come out about Yogi. Hey, Jetson just called me a sissy, or is she laughing at sissy? Wait a minute. What's going on here? How did this conversation get completely out of my control? Jace, Eric, Mosscarper? What is a Mosscarper? Good morning. Good morning, Jace. Jace, you got to help me here. This entire conversation is off the rails. Cat says I need to rethink. Cat, I bought you a diamond. I bought you an engagement diamond. I was metaphorically already on one knee. And I try to be completely honest. Even, hey, do you think Lois Lane would break up with Superman because of kryptonite? No. So I have one weakness. Jessica, do you see that? Cat's gonna leave me because I have one little weakness. That I would use her as a human shield to protect me from a wild charging goose. And you know what? Lucy says, Cat, he got your little Debbie. And yet, all of that, all of my good deeds, all of my good work is dismissed. So now it's a challenge, guys. Now it's a challenge. 13 minutes in the live stream, and I've done nothing but talk about geese the entire time. Have you ever been to a duck door, Yogi? I have never been to a duck door. Jessica says, well then run, Cat. Lucy, whose side are you on? Sissy says, I thought you were laughing with me. Now I wonder, did Jessica call me a sissy, or was she laughing with Sissy? Cat says, honk honk, you see that? I almost sprinted for the door as soon as Cat said that. Have I ever been through a duck deal? I have never been through a duck deal. I'm not sure I like where this conversation might be going. Hey, Willow. Willow, you are just in time to take my side in this conversation. Lucy says, Jessica says, you guys are funny. I'm being deadly serious here. Have you guys ever been charged by a goose? It's not a fun situation. It's not my first time. I've actually, all right, hey, Cat, this might make you feel better about me. My little dog, Misty, she was just a puppy. She was charged by a goose. And I picked her up. I ran with her, but I picked her up, and we fled the goose together. I did not leave her behind. I did not leave my little puppy, Misty. I didn't use her as a doggy shield. Does that make amends? Sissy says, duck, duck, goose. I almost sprinted for the door. Cat says, Cat considers getting a goose. You would never get a goose because you couldn't get one goose. You'd have to get geese. It's the same as a goat. Sniper says, Jace with the setup never took the bait. Generally speaking, bait goes over my head. Hey, Archie, my friend, how are you? All right, I am going to get back on track eventually. Sniper says, was she interested with him before she knew he was Superman? It was a split dichotomy. She liked Clark Kent, but she dismissed him because he was so mild-mannered, never suspecting, even though he was 6'4", 240 pounds, and looked remarkably like Superman without the glasses. She never put the pieces together. Well, how are you this morning? Jessica says, I think you're stuck. I can work my way out of this scenario. Give me time. We got at least 10 more minutes in the conversation. Sissy says, dip, dodge, weave, and. I see where this is going. Thought me, have me. Jessica says, yes, I have. So you've been. Now, here's the thing. I've never been charged by a duck. This is why I love ducks. Ducks actually might be one of my spirit animals. Willow says, what are you talking about? Unfortunately, we're talking about geese, Willow. I have no idea why. Cat says, I've got chickens. I might as well get a goose. I might as well get geese, is what I'm hearing. Geese are very beautiful. I'm not anti-goose at all. Eric, do you realize what a duck can, what a duck door, right? Eric, do you realize what a duck can door, right? What a duck can door. No. What can a duck do? What can a duck door do? Duck door do. Duck door do. Shirley says, yes, cat. Guard goose. Jessica says, dang, goose came at me and I got business done in my combat boot. I saw my cousin do that once on a farm. Didn't do it like violently or anything, just protected himself. But goose, yes, goose will come out. Goslings are pretty cute. Again, I'm not anti-goose. Cat says, oh no, you can get one goose, but wouldn't that be lonely? And if you raise the goose with chickens, would the goose think it was a chicken? Isn't there a fable? Sissy says, hi, Willow, good to see you. All right, I am going to dig my way out of this. Hey, JR. JR, you just in time to help me out here. JR says, can't sleep with the heat. Where are you located, JR? Willow says, goose are evil, and I'm okay. How are you, Yogi? It was pretty good until we started that in this conversation. Hey, Chef Mary. Training Gaze to sing. I'm not going to clip on this yet, Sniper. I've fallen for you a few times. Shoot. I fell for it again, Sniper. One more time. Sniper's a master at this. All right. I'm back on track. Willow says, gooses just, they have chase at Yoda. Me too. Before, and my dog. All my dogs. Not me, but I did need to get Yoda away from them. Where it says chickens eat meat, though. Enough said. I think chickens would eat just about anything, right? Thank you, Chef Mary. Chicken's so scary. See, we all have our kryptonite. Willow says, oops, I read that. Sissy says, if I had geese, I would also want emus. Peacocks. Emus can be pretty aggressive. And possibly even alpaca. I like alpacas. Not sure how the alpaca came up, but alpaca, good punch. That was a good setup. Expert. Oh, so you're in the UK. I know those places are a lot hotter, but we ain't used to it here. We aren't used to it here, and we love to moan in the UK. How are you today, Yogi? I'm pretty good. It is pretty hot, and you guys get no relief because what did you say? Like 80%, if not more, don't have any AC. Yeah, we can do Breath of Fire. I have not done Breath of Fire with Jessica, but we need to get started. So I'm going to read something real quick. And then we're going to do Breath of Fire, and then I'm going to head outside. You know what? Just to show Cat, I'm going to hug a goose today. I'm heading out my walk with the sole intent of hugging a goose. Yeah, kangaroos are pretty, Jessica says, breathwork. I got a new breath for you, Jessica. All right. Although I'm tempted to show JR cooling breath. Cat was talking about that. Chef says, Eric, my friend, support me. I do support you, Chef Mary. Do you need some watch hours? We can do that. Hey, Mary, always feel free to drop your links here. Always feel free to ask anyone to watch a video. You can drop a link for anything you want. Any video that you have, you can do it for your channel. You can ask people to help you with watch hours. You can do what it takes. Jay says, the goose would definitely do 100 burpees. Fancy it. Are you good for 8:30? I think I got 100 burpees in me this morning. I did 50 yesterday. All right, let me read this real quick. And then we'll decide on a breath. When you look at someone who is different and see only how you are like, you are God's hero. Read the little essay that follows. This is from my book, Does God Have a Hero? Written in 1999, published in 2000. We are all different. Different shapes and sizes, colors and beliefs. Differences can be wonderful, yet they often create a division among us that needs to be healed. Yes, we are all different. However, on a much deeper level, we are all the same. God is truth, and there is only one truth. Truth, like people, can be seen differently, yet what is really true remains true. Let us take the time to view what is true in other people. We all share this world together. We all experience loneliness, laughter, sadness, joy, and pain. The need for love is universal. If we can extend our love just a little bit to a stranger, he will no longer seem so strange. Differences will have disappeared, and if only for a moment, love will be shared. I would rewrite that if I was writing it now. I think I would approach it on a little more, less subtle. That's okay. It's all right to be drunk. Algendro, did I say that right? That's an awesome name, by the way. Jerry, you'll be fine. I'm doing 3 sessions today. So, Jace, how's that sound? So we could do breath of fire, new breath. We could do the cooling breath, which we've done before. Not a new breath for everyone, but it would be a new breath for Jessica. Hey, Skeeter. Good morning, my friend. Skeeter, how are you? You're welcome, Alejandro. Alejandro. Gonna have to say that slow. Hey, Ian. Welcome from Australia, our friend Ian. So let's see. That was from my book, Does God Have a Hero? And available on Amazon. It's a shameless plug. $2.25 here in LA. It's almost 5:30. I got to be going in a minute. Easy Home Cooking says, so friend. Hello, my friend. Hey, Willow. If you can do Breath of Fire later. I'm a little hesitant to do Breath of Fire right now. Because I want to keep presenting calming, even breaths for our friend Jessica at this moment. Breath of Fire is a wonderful breath. It doesn't hype us up, not the way that I was taught to teach it. But right now, again, I want to keep things, I want to lower the heat, if that makes sense. Jessica, are you still with us? Thank you, Ian. Ian, I appreciate you being here. Let me know who's in for some breath work. Jessica says yes. What I'd like to do is start us off with the 4-7-8 breath this morning, because it is a deeply, deeply healing breath. brings us right back, fully, deeply immersed in that rest and digest, in the parasympathetic mode. Um, so it's a good way to begin our day when we are experiencing any type of anxiety, when we're in need of any healing. It says, great to see you too, Eric. Your photography is terrific. Well, thank you. Much of it is luck. I have no, I'm going to say all of it is luck. I have no actual skill other than being willing to stop whatever it is I'm doing and film something or take a photo of something. Hey guys, Ian Watts is an incredibly talented musician and instrument maker. I hope you're taking the opportunity to reach out and connect with him. Uh, he's probably going to take exception with it, but I believe Ian is a genius. Jay says 1,000 burpees, 1,000 squats, 1,000 sit-ups was a challenge. Was it a challenge? 5.5 hours. Was it a challenge or was it just time consuming? Because I watched much of that. I don't think at any point did I ever think he's not going to do it. He's not going to finish it. So I wonder if it was more of a time challenge and less of an effort challenge. I don't know if I've seen Jace like effortfully challenged. Meaning I don't recall looking at Jason wondering, is he up for the task? I always know that he is. Willa says, I hope everyone is good. So Willa, we're going to do the 4-7-8 breath. And then if you want, when I come back from my walk, I will message you and you and I can do Breath of Fire together if you want. Hey, Kayla. Ian says, shucks. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome. Ian, I call it like I see it. I truly make an effort not to just offer faint praise, something that's not meaningful. Kayla, it's nice to see you. Kayla's an epic gamer, by the way. 11-hour live streams. Can you imagine that? I was about to say, man, I can't do anything for 11 hours. However, my first 100-mile race took me 29 hours and 4 seconds. All right. So, guys, we're going to do 4-7-8 breath. So, for those who wish to participate, if you can close your eyes, we won't do a long meditation. We're going to do the breath, get on with our day. That's the wonderful thing about breath work, guys, is it's always available. It always has an immediate effect as well as a lasting effect. But the best results are when it's done minimum 3 times a day and therapeutically as we need it. Yep, I ran for 29 hours and 4 seconds. My first successful 100-mile race. So with your eyes closed, we're going to do 1 deep breath through the nose. We're going to sip in air, sigh. That's just our prep work. Now with your eyes still closed, breathing normally and easily in through the nose, out through the nose. Draw in 1 breath for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for a count of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth with a whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let go of the breath. Allow it to settle in its own natural rhythm, easily, effortlessly, fully relaxed, fully responsive, deeply, deeply at rest and at peace. Knowing that you can use your breath as an anchor to return you to this state at any time. One conscious breath is all we need to bring us to contact with our own wholeness, our own state of health and well-being, completely balancing. With that, open your eyes, guys. I'll see you in the chat. We're going to get ready to go. And just like that, one session of breath work, and we're no longer talking about geese. I'm sorry I brought that subject back up. Hey, Ian, appreciate those prayers. Sissy says, one conscious breath. That's also our connection, guys. We are not breathing in different atmosphere. We're not breathing in separate air. My breath connects me to you. Your breath connects me to me. We are breathing in the same prana, the same life force energy that exists and animates all things, including us. Without prana, the very breath of God, we would still be the dust of which we were created from. It's prana that brings us consciousness, brings us awareness. It's prana that animates the body and the mind. But we were formed from dust and clay. We were kissed upon by the breath of God. Again, you can take all of this metaphorically if you wish. And here we are. And you know what? No other place I would rather be. And while this is slightly off topic, on a more serious note, I would always, always protect Kat from a rampaging goose. Laying my own left glute muscle on the line to make sure that she was safe. Just thought I should put that out there. Sissy says, I learned that from Eckhart Tolle, and it makes me giddy every time I hear someone mention it. But I'm glad I could help make you giddy. Anna says, I've subscribed to Ian Watts. You're going to love Ian Watts. Crystalline stardust. We are stardust, we are golden. Here's a line I always love to consider. Making our way back to the garden, we might have to make our way back to the garden. We've never left the garden. Course in Miracles loves to use the example of, in Genesis, it says that Adam fell into a deep sleep, and yet nowhere in the rest of the Bible does it ever say that Adam woke up. We are, thank you, Sissy, we never left. We are that primordial Adam that only dreamed a separate existence away from the garden. We are still there, sleeping in the mind of God, having our own dream of separation. Jace says, Shirley, I just got your email. Bless you, Nick, and Lassie. All right, guys, so I'm going to head out. Not yet light. It's already shifted. A little shorter days. It's not even been a month since the solstice. It's coming up on a month, though. Sissy says, In the Garden is a beautiful hymn. Hey, have you ever heard Van Morrison's In the Garden? Beautiful song. Man, Van Morrison. I love Van Morrison. I've had some issues with him in the past. I'm gonna drop my little bit of fame. You guys heard me brag. Hey, Eric. Eric says I am Sofa King. Sofa King. Gotcha. Just says, yeah, nothing came through, but we can take a while. We'll keep checking. Thank you, Jessica. I will have a good walk. I hope that breath work was effectful. Oh, I was going to drop my little bit of fame. I am Facebook friends with Van Morrison's ex-wife. Yeah, I'm bragging. I'm bragging a bit. Jessica says it was. Thank you. You're welcome. Anytime. Gapi Omni love to all and namaste. 9-minute premiere at 6:30. I should be back for my walk for then. I'm going to look for you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anna. Sniper. 3 hours time, Yogi. Okay. Jace. Gotcha. Sniper says, within the fleeting act of breath lies the paradox of eternity, the Advaita non-duality made manifest, where the individual spark recognizes its indivisible unity with the cosmic flame. Beautifully said. As always. All right, Jace, I will see you then. Jace says, happy Sunday. We'll post up the lives now. I'm happy to get you started on that streak. 3 lives today, Jace. 101 pumps. I'm probably not going to do any finishers. My back feels a bit iffy today. I did a few different yoga postures yesterday that I haven't done in a long time. As many of you know, I've been dealing with a low back issue. I hurt my back in 1990. It largely recovered, but every so often it causes me some issues. About 2 years ago, I did something ridiculous, purposely so, but I paid the price for my ridiculousness, as I often do. Usually it's worth it. I'm not so sure it was this time. So it's in the process of healing. Feels better, but every so often. 100 reps is fine. 5 times 20. That's 101 reps. Where's that extra one goes? I'm good with that. We've never done that before. We normally do, I like that thought, 5 times 20. Get a double motor adjustable base bed. Elevate your legs. That sounds good. Sounds expensive. I would be sleeping in a V because my torso is elevated. As I started doing that, it's actually Ayurvedically speaking. Ayurvedic is a sister science of yoga. Ayurvedically speaking, it's the optimal sleeping position. We should be slightly elevated. But purposely, I started doing it because it helped alleviate acid reflux brought about from anxiety several years ago. And also, not an improper diet. My diet's always been good, but I was fasting for 18 to 22 hours a day, and I was ultra running, so I needed a big amount of calories to keep me going, but I was trying to get it in a less than 2-hour window of eating time. So it was too many calories, too close to bed. But the vegans, I hadn't thought about that. It's true though. You see that? I live my life by my principles. I sleep in a V. Vegan power. So yeah, I'd elevate my legs, elevate my back. I would literally be sleeping in a V. I wonder if I would be stuck. If I had to leap out of bed in a V position, would I be able to do so? Let's say I had to leap out of bed to instantly defend a loved one from a charging goose. Would I be able to do so, or would it be helplessly stuck in a V position? Don't get me started on geese again. I know that was Jace's intent from the very beginning of this conversation. I'm on to his ways. I know what Jace is all about. All right, guys. I gotta go. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. Take care. I'll see you soon, Jace.